Good morning, USA. Oh, here we go. Is that a Dudley? Hell yes. Dudley Yang? I like how the Dudley's hanging over his super selection like he's going to change it. Sometimes Dudleys pick SA1 in various matchups, like Chun-Li. I like a lot of SA1 versus Chun-Li. Dudley actually has 3 good supers. You don't see SA1 that much anymore, but it's as good as SA3. Maybe a smidge worse. Nice. I would say a smidge worse. Nice. Dudley just hit normals. I was musing recently that Dudley looks like he's having more fun than most of the other characters in the game. And I don't mean like Dudley, you know, the character looks like he's having fun. Damn. I mean Dudley, the players. They get to really play. They get to do stuff. Dudley's worst matchup is probably like a 4-6, honestly. And you just get to push buttons. That was a good red parry. I go for those a lot now, and I never fucking get them. I gotta lab that. I feel so stupid every fucking time when Yang does low forward into first Rekka and I red parry attempt and I just get hit. The reward is super good. The risk is kind of bad. Especially because not only is the red parry timing different depending on the Rekka Yang picks, although he usually picks light Rekka, but he could just as easily pick EX Rekka. Or even, you know, medium or heavy if he wants. And they all have different red parry timings. Oh, this Ken is looking kind of clean. The a-cho yellow Ken, who may or may not be Roku. Was that jump jab? Or something? I don't know. I don't know Dudley's air lights. It's funny looking normal. Air lights are really good for super resets. And Dudley super resets are pretty good, although very vulnerable to parry. Nice. Jump medium punch? Was it? I don't know. Dudley doesn't have a cross up. What, not light DP? Double light was definitely better than medium. Accident, maybe. Or just, you know, shit happened. Look at that. Pew. Yeah, this happened 2 whole years ago. Okay. Jump light punch, and then he didn't actually commit. It's kind of interesting. Or anti-air light punch. Oftentimes when Shotos will anti-air with light normal, they'll either just keep on mashing the light normal if they get parried, or they'll just do like a special move. EXDP or something. But some people just jump in and parry till they hit the ground, and if you do anti-air jab into DP, you know, there's a good chance you get owned. Red parry, and he went for the whole thing, and he got it. And what a shit show. That's a funny hit on the cross up Tatsu. That's super hard to parry pre-freeze, and also super hard to parry post-freeze, so it's a pretty good anti-air. Ooh, that was like the MOV wake up. You see that? He got reset, and then he blocked a little bit, and then jumped back. Is that a Ken Kara throw? Rare footage. Those are hard to do. By God, I think that was a Ken Kara throw. It's hard to tell. So Ken has a very tiny Kara throw off of back medium kick, I think, but that looked like one of the big ones. Ken has a huge Kara throw off of low medium kick. Or low hard kick. They both work. But the problem is you have to stand during the Kara, which is really hard. So you have to hit crouch medium kick and then stand and hit throw within 1 frame. And that's just like, you know. Ooh, that was nice. Good punish. Ken has a nice option there. Hi. If it was me, I would have done low forward super. This Ken's doing low forward medium DP super. That's pretty. Okay. Likes the combo on crouching opponents. Nice, confirm. This is super deadly for Ken. Very, very dire. Yup, he's over. Son of Necro. He went for probably back medium kick into spin hook from the looks of things, but his back medium kick didn't come out. He did it too early. Oh, that was the worst drill ever, but he completely got away with it. That's how it goes sometimes. Note that timing of anti-air low strong is safe on parry. It's also somewhat predictable though. Light spinning hook doesn't have a good super cancel with SA3. This Necro's kind of killing it right now. He's looking good. Oh, that was a super confirm. You can rock confirm that. He missed it. It would have killed. Oh, that was a failed DP. Car DP, I guess? He missed the confirm again. Back medium punch has a long cancel window. You can just super cancel it on reaction. It's literally like Chun low medium kick. That's safe. Oh, it was the medium one, and Ken knew, and I didn't. I thought it was the light one. Light one's +1. They are visually different, but it's quite hard to spot. I missed it. Okay, he went for red parry, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, he had chances. It's unfortunate. Nice whiff punish. Good old wake up hard DP. That's how we play. Ken's 3 low shorts is so scary. The fact that he can confirm the second one into a third one into super is so scary. Nice, good, close game. That was a great round. Nothing crazy happened, but it was just very like well played. Yang with no meter somehow. Oh, the reset was so good, but Ken didn't expect it to hit. Okay. Get parried super anyway. It's been me before. With Ken, it's actually good. Nice, confirm. Punishing with a confirm is safe. You won't always get a punish when you parry an air normal and then hit them. Usually you will. It depends on the timing. Depends on a lot of things. The height at which you parry them, the speed of the button you use. Punishing with a confirm removes all the X factors. Oh yeah, build that meter. Nice whiff punish. Or just, poke. Without super, Dudley's punish on long range pokes is actually not great. Unsafe attacks, that is. Like far low run husk by Shotos. Oh, that was a failed super. Ken did the OS parry on it, which is pretty funny. I do that too, actually. If there's like a super link, you can just go for a parry. And if they miss the link, you get parry instead of block. Why not, right? There's only one thing Dudley's ever going to go for there, and it's super 3. Oh, that was nice. Oh, good block. Made him land into a low. Very strong anti-air and third strike. It's not an actual anti-air, but it often works. What a red! Escaping the corner. Oh, no super. That's a confirm. I think he was close enough. What was that? Oh, good high connect, and he got the super confirm. Towards medium kick getting owned. I mean, towards medium punch. They're all punches, dude. Oh, good. Sticking out that low forward with that super cancel. Probably not confirmed. Probably confirmed by him walking into it. Hard to know. This Ken player's playing on a whole other level than me. Okay, like a jump reset. Necro approach and then try to instant air drill. Okay, that's a fine anti-air. Parry into back medium punch. Most of Necro's attacks are kind of slow. Nice. Works on Necro with no Kara. So, those are both confirms. You got a lot of meter Necro, just feel free to spend it. Well, I don't think you wanted that. Okay, it's not over. Oh shit, it is over. Take it back. I thought he was living on a pixel. I just want to see this Necro confirm back medium. So when you jump over the opponent like that, it's very tempting to just parry, but if the opponent throws you, which is a very reasonable thing they could do, you'll get thrown. He got parry and then he dashed. Was he trying to do like low parry into high parry? There's the confirm. He did it. He did it. He has those. I 100% did not block that. That shit is dirty. The drill basically... Oh, look, he did it the other side that time. The drill always hits from the front, I think. I don't know if you can possibly get a cross-up drill. But, if he does it like that and he lands, then he can land on either side. It's a little bit like doing meaty rolls in King of Fighters. You know, when you like roll right onto the opponent right before they wake up. I haven't actually played SF6 Bison yet. I finished the Akuma video on the day he came out and haven't booted up the game since. That was a great parry, but yeah, mountain to climb. Yang's burst damage is not super high, so even if he parried that heavy DP, he still had like to take care of like over 50% of Ken's health. Comebacks with Yang are really hard, even though he's a good character. Well, really hard is not true because he does have a good mix and a high dizzy output. It's more like he has to be right several times in a row. Yes. I still like Street Fighter, don't get me wrong. I've actually been playing a lot of 3 lately. I decided I want to get to S rank in that game, and I've really been trying to improve. And I am better, but it's still a long way to go. I don't think in my current state I'm capable of S rank unless I farm people. I have to find people who are not A ranks who are not super good at the aura matchup, which do exist, and I need them to fight me over and over. I could get to S rank doing that, but most people don't really want to do that. And I basically fight every A rank I see, and I'm better than probably about half of them. Maybe not even half. So I'm definitely not at a point where I can farm A ranks, which is basically what you need to be to reach S. Bath Cup. It's been a minute since those. Street Fighter 3, Third Strike. Fight Kid has little ranks. Mine is A. I've been pretty close to S before, but I've never done it. The first 2 pages are S rank players, so page and a half. And I've been as close as page 5. So I'm in the top, like, I've been in the top, like, 20% of A rank players. But not enough to get to S. If you look at the S ranks, they're fucking crazy good players. You get people like Exodus or fucking Nikakeo. Tenren. Some of the best players in the US. And other countries. I think Cruz has been S rank before. I think I've seen Arliath be S rank. Oh, look at that. Arliath is I've played him a few times. Not super recently, but kind of recently. He's better than I think he's better than he used to be. I think he improved. I don't know how good he was like way back in the day because I never played him back then. I'm pretty good in the matchup, and he's been doing well against me. Aura versus Makoto's one of my better ones, I think. Ugh. Really, really bad fireball. Supposed to be an uppercut. I'm not going Evo. Ooh. No, safe he went for the red parry. Only explanation for what we just saw. Would have been pretty nice. He would have got Sermonos from that range, I think. Yeah. I'm excited to watch too. I just hope it's not like a fucking Chunfest. I think it'll probably mostly be Ken's in America. There aren't that many American Yun players, and there aren't that many American Chun-Li's. We'll probably actually, in the like pools and stuff, we're gonna get everyone. Every single character is gonna make a decent showing. Except 12 and Sean. But, oh, very nice. By, like, top 16, I think it's going to be, like, at least 6 Kens. Okay. Oh, he went for parry into more parries? Or maybe parry into block? Hard to say. Ken didn't actually commit to anything, though. The fact that parrying Ken doesn't even like necessarily give you a punish is very tricky. You can always do parrying to grab. Ken has a... Ooh, nice. That was medium. Identifiably. Close strong into nothing. Back medium kick I don't think has raw confirms like back strong does. That's nice. He can still win this. If he gets another super setup, he wins. That could have been it. It's not easy. Yeah. Whiff punish. This Ken's doing too well. I think someone needs to knock him down. Yeah, Yang can do it. Yang's a good character. Oh, he went for parry? I don't know. I wouldn't gone for parry as Yang. That should have been a throw tech there, I think. That was like walking. Oh, what's going on? Okay. Oh, the DP fell out. Ken's light DP has the most range of his DPs, but none of them actually have good range. That was nice. Good old heavy uppercut. Twins have a kind of a cool, interesting overhead where they hop. It's not like super unique. There's a few hopping overheads in this game, including all universal overheads. And if you parry it, you've got to be kind of aware of the punish frames. If you try and hit a button too early, you'll hit them midair. No, Ken didn't parry the overhead, he just did heavy DP. Now, bless for me, because I'm an aura player, and I just do the same thing no matter what, whether the opponent's on the ground or in the air. He's probably going to get a jump in punish, I was going to say. Then he didn't. I would have tried for it. I'm surprised he didn't. He might have thought that he would have to parry one additional hit. Ken's EX Tatsu is one of the stupidest things in the whole game, honestly. Like, Ken's a good character, don't get me wrong. Ken is very well-rounded and strong. Nothing he has is expressly broken. The closest thing he has to something expressly broken is the 3-frame startup on the Shifu, but that's really more of a problem with other characters than him. Like, characters just shouldn't have -3 on hit overheads that Ken Shifu can punish them. No overhead should be -3 on hit. But if Ken has anything that's broken, it's EX Air Tatsu. The risk reward of that move is all fucked up. Okay. Ken's damage is kind of high. Especially if you're doing car DPs, but even if you're not. It's kind of funny to say that because Ken's super damage is actually very low. Shifu is one of the weaker supers in the game. But Ken's meterless damage is quite high. Essentially the highest in the game with double DPs. Excluding, you know, circumstances like the corner, where you get characters like Dudley or Urian who can loop launchers. I said Urian loops launchers, but actually he just gets a launcher and then gets very high damage juggles. Like, technically there's stuff like Necro down back heavy punch ×6 that does more damage. But Ken being able to just get, like, you know, close medium punch double DP just does an ass ton. Oh, big. Small. Nice. This Ken player is so good. I wonder, he must have a punish on that heavy punch, actually. Ooh, He parried into block, looking for the cancel into electric snake. Damn, someone told me the names of all of Necro's moves, and they're all fucking snake moves. Everything is a snake. I don't think it was a punish. Alright, this is the opportunity this Necro needed. No, he can win this round, it's just gonna be tricky. Okay, tried to shimmy. Oh, that was good. I would throw him. Meaty throw. Should have done it. Should have done it. Should have done meaty throw. Good players do not take throws. I think throw would have killed with the tag on hit. I'm not sure of that though. It was close. Okay. Ken gets good returns off of a low forward, but he does not get good returns off of a like high parry attack on meaty, like Samurai Mouse or something. So most people low parry at a mid-range Ken, and so a lot of Shoto players, a lot of Ken players will do like just meaty mid-range Samurai Mouse and it'll catch people low parrying. What we saw there, very common. Hi. Yeah, this Ken player is super good. Oh, the RTC. That would have been 2 parries, but sadly did not juggle. That's a punish. Ken's looking pretty... Oh, he's dead. Build some meter, baby. I think you should have whiffed low strongs instead of... Work low strongs instead of taunting. Oh, that was nice. That's a real cross-up, by the way. I think it works on everyone, but don't quote me. When they dive kick over your head in the corner. There might be some characters not crossed up, like you or something. Okay, EX Rekka. I would have spent EX, what the fuck? They wouldn't have dizzied, but it would have been damn close. That was very safe by the Yang. This is all very safe. Yeah, that was super safe. When you're up that much health, you really just want to take no risks at all. Give Ken nothing to bite on. That was well played. Yang is one of the better characters in the game. I said he had a hard time making comebacks earlier, but he also is hard to come back against. Because he can really take like very few risks. He can sit on an early lead and just make things so horrible for you. Okay. Good damage on that. Pretty good damage on that too. Nice. Yang attacked early in his jump, so he had to land and take a throw or attempt to parry, and it was just very tricky because Dudley could have done a lot of different things at a lot of different timings. I am chilling right now. I've got a job interview later today. The whole thing was a little scuffed. They just called me, and they were like, hey, we want to schedule an interview for you. And I was like, okay. And they're like, when are you free? And I'm like, I'm free pretty much whenever. And they're like, can you do it later today? And I was like, whoa, hold on. What about tomorrow? And they're like, okay, tomorrow. And I was like, okay, tomorrow at 2 p.m. I'll come in and we'll do a job interview. So for the first time in my life, my resume is fucking sick. I have a very appealing, attractive resume. Basically, every time I send my resume in, places want to do an interview with me. All because of that fucking, me actually doing my ART and whatever. Nice. I have a job that's now in high demand. There's only like 70 graduates in my, like, 25-mile area. More than that, 50-mile area every year. And there's basically every hospital is hiring. And also all outpatient centers. Okay. ATR electricity. Yeah, that's unparryable, baby. Catches people parrying in either direction. Nice. He did that so fast, I wonder if he confirmed it. This can kill, but it needed the right punish, and the right punish was kind of tricky. Like, he could have got heavy spin hook there, but heavy spin hook is kind of tricky on the, because Dudley crosses over you. I hate when Dudleys do that. It's so hard. Ooh. Not punished. Not easy to punish that. Oh, he went for red parry on the last hit and missed it. That's a very low risk red parry to go for. He shook out, by the way, 2 hits. Yep. When you shake out in this game, you're not put into auto block like you are in later Street Fighter titles. So there's a good chance you'll shake out, then immediately do a normal and still get hit. Of course, there's a possibility you'll shake out and immediately jump, which is not the worst. Really just depends. 2 Dudleys. Good punish. Dudley's punishes when he has super from mid-range are quite good. This place I'm doing my interview at, it would be a nice place to work. The median pay is $40 an hour, which is pretty decent for my line of work. I might not make that as a starting first day, you know. Ooh, the rare footage of that TC. Light punch, medium kick, or whatever. You don't see that one almost ever. Anyway, this one's relatively close to me, pays decently well, and it's they have multiple positions available. They're hiring for multiple different time slots, and I can work literally any hours. That's one of my superpowers as an employee, is that you can put me on 2nd hour, 3rd hour shifts, and I will be happy even. So I'd really like them to hire me. Nice. See that jump light kick, I think, that Dudley ended with there? That was actually... Yang couldn't parry that because it hit him while he was still recovering from his air normal. When you often see those air parry, air parry, air parry sequences, the people are doing their normals that are kind of slower and stronger. And they're not hitting his punishes, which is why the mutual air parries are possible. But if you parry someone's air normal and then do like a light or something like that, I would have parried that. That was an obvious one. The shift is nice, and you do get to sleep during the hot parts of the day. I might tell them straight up it's been a long fucking time since I've interviewed. Which is true, but not true, because I had an interview yesterday. But, you know, I've been gainfully employed from, like, 2011 until now. So I've just been out of the hiring process. I don't think I interview super well at all. Okay, good response. Oh, that would have hit me! Dudley missed it, though, so I guess it wouldn't have hit me, because he would have fucked it up. But that was very... low short from the other side. A lot of my, like, traits that make me a good employee, such as being very, I busy myself with the work that needs doing, you know? And I'm, like, never late, and I show up promptly, and I never, like, call out. 3S and Chill are both equally loved by me. Oh, unfort. Parry. Ugh, the one low parry into side swap was super clean. I thought he would use something like that to heavy hook, and then he didn't. Anyway, me being super dutiful, and me being super punctual, and me being super reliable, all of those things, I can say that during the job interview, but it's just like, trust me, bro. I'm a good employee, trust me, bro. You know what I mean? Where's my proof? You can't prove something like that during an interview. I work well with other people, trust me, bro. So they would. If they actually contact my references, then that's very good for me. Because my references will say nice things about me. I'm really just eager to get my foot in the door. I'll take any fucking job. Need to get employed. It's really easy to look for work while you're already working. You feel nice and safe. When you're not working and you're looking for work, it's a bad feel. That was a punish, I think? Yep. Very nice. I would have eaten that. I would have taken the throw and then eaten that. It is. Everyone gone through it once. Jump back strong is pretty safe even if parried, but Dudley probably could have done an air parry into an air normal that would have hit and then reset into ducking super or something like that. And that, you know, it would have been parryable, but it would have been tricky. Ah. Dudley Stand Roundhouse goes through electricity? Or did he just get lucky? I've been kind of playing with punishing electricity recently. I don't have anything like that. Should work. Yep. Nice. So I went to what was basically trade school. And have what is basically a skill. Oh, failed super. Look at all that dizzy he took just in like 1 second. Okay, it's almost dizzy. This is super good for Necro. Oh, very nice. Alright, electricity? Yep. 5-hit electricity is stronger than anything Necro can do. I can't wait to play Elena. I fucking love Elena. I will become the best Elena player in America. As soon as they drop her. I don't know what else I'll say during the interview. I'm really good with my manual techniques. I keep a technique book, and I manual technique almost every X-ray I shoot. Quiz me on an X-ray, and I'll give you my manual technique for it right now. Someone give me a routine and a weight. Give me a routine and a weight, and I'll give you some numbers. Height and weight would be more efficient, actually. Oh, that's true. I didn't become the best SF5 aura player. Basically, with every X-ray you shoot, you have to use a sufficient amount of kilovoltage and milliampere seconds. Whoa, 5'11", 185. Nice ordinary male. Pelvis, 5 foot, 200 pounds. That's a tricky one. Oh, 200 pounds, 5 foot is pretty thick. If it's like 6 foot, 200 pounds, and 5 foot, 200 pounds, they're radically different. Pelvis, 200 pounds, 5 foot. That would probably be somewhere in the... It'd be 20 plus mass. 80 at 20 to 80 at 30. Probably 80 at 25 would be pretty decent. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. That's a good one though. There might be more than that. 80 at 25 seems alright. No, it could be 80 at 30. It's somewhere in that territory. Anyway, you need the right amount of penetrating power and the right amount of total time of exposure in order to get adequate penetration of the soft tissue without over-penetrating the bones. If you shoot X-rays that are too strong, you just penetrate everything, and the plate doesn't pick up shit. And if you shoot X-rays that are too weak, then the body just blocks all the X-rays, and then none of it reaches the plate. Oh, it's hot. Anyway, there's this lovely thing called AEC, Automatic Exposure Control, that kind of just, it measures the amount of radiation hitting the plate and then shuts it off once it reaches a sufficient amount, what it considers to be a sufficient amount. And there's upsides and downsides to that. Generally speaking, it's very nice, and most people just use it without ever thinking about manual technique. They just let the computer determine when it's gotten enough. But there's some really cool things about manual techniquing your shots that make them kind of better. It's like driving a car manual versus driving an automatic, you know what I mean? Not really, though. Oh, he dropped it. Second DP was probably early, and then he did a late one, I don't know. That combo? No. I was going to say that was pretty high connect. What's the body part for the 5'11", 185? What am I X-raying? Am I doing his humerus? Am I doing his skull? C-spine? L-spine? Chest X-ray? Femur? Left leg. What part of the leg? Tib fib or femur? Femur. Am I doing it like a frog, or am I doing it, is he traumatized or not? My femur numbers aren't super great. I usually do like 75 at that weight. Oh, car crash. Oh, we gotta do a Dennis Mueller method. Damn, you guys both fucking car crashed this poor man. Probably 75 at 12 for the AP. And then if I'm doing a trash can lateral, probably 85 at like 90. You use very high penetration shots for the trash can lateral. Oh, you guys want some X-ray culture? The trash can lateral. Alright, so this is a pretty fun explanation. You guys will enjoy this. So, if you need a lateral shot of a femur, the easiest way to do that is to have the patient turn their leg. Basically, you have them kind of raise the knee up and then tilt the leg out until it's sticking out like, I don't know, 45 degrees, a little bit over. And then you shoot the hip from there, and that gives you the lateral proximal femur, lateral hip. Ooh, ah, moo! Oh, first hit only. Yes, well that's if they can move it. But if it's trauma, they can't move it. So what you do if it's trauma, if they can move the other leg, you lift up the other leg to get it out of the way, then shoot sideways through their body, basically right into their gooch. You tilt the bed so that you're shooting the X-ray directly into their crotch, and it goes through the fucking femoral neck, which is what you're trying to X-ray. So one leg is being lifted up out of the way, and then you use a horizontal beam going through the other leg, while the other leg is just whatever pose it's in. In trauma X-rays, you often just shoot the patient in whatever pose they're in, and then you just get the shot you want by moving the X-ray tube. Who lifts the other leg? So it's put into a stirrup. There's like a little like thing that you put on the bed, and then it's the leg sits on it. So that's what a axiolateral. No, that's not axiolateral. What's it? The cross table lateral, the hip, and cross table lateral proximal femur. That's how you do that. Okay. But the thing is, you need to lift the leg in order to do that shot. You need to lift the good leg, and you can't. You have to put it on top of something. So the meme, the joke among radiographers, radiologic technologists, is that you're going to end up putting the other leg on whatever you got. Like, hopefully you have the stirrup, but if you don't have the stirrup, there's a trash can in every single patient room. So you just get the trash can on top of the bed. You put the patient's good leg on top of the trash can. That's the trash can lateral. It doesn't matter how you get the good leg out of the way. The only thing that matters is that you get the good leg out of the way. So you're putting the good leg on top of a trash can. Now, it is possible that you actually do the fucking trash can lateral with a trash can. More typically, you'll do it with like a positioning sponge or something like that. That's true. It depends on what the trash can's made of and what's in it, but typically radiolucent. But typically you'll be lifting up the very distal end of the other leg, so it won't be in the shot anyway. Post KO super, that does not consume meter. A low combo. You got low forward into Rekkas, dude. That's like the combo. Asking about Yang, not knowing about low forward Rekkas. X-rays, you can have metal, but it'll impede the X-ray. It's okay to have metal nearby, but you can't, if you have metal in the shot, it'll probably stop your shot. Low forward regular Rekka is the basic. Low forward EX Rekka is about 9/10 is basic. If the opponent, I mean not if the opponent, if the patient has two legs that they can't move either of them, it's actually pretty tricky. You've got to do an axiolateral. Ooh, nice. Shot. Axiolateral proximal femur, axiolateral hip. Then you just shoot the X-ray beam downward. I mean, EX Rec is safe. It is to stun the opponent, but it also just does more damage and is safe. Sometimes you just want the extra reward. It also has a different parry timing, so there's other reasons to do it. Yang is, yeah, probably the easiest character in the game to play. Okay. Oh, that dash forward. Getting people into pulleys is not easy. We actually do have a pulley system for people who are very, very fat and unable to move by themselves, for example, if they're unconscious. We don't really use it to get x-rays of them. We use it to get them out of their bed and onto a different bed. Or maybe out of wheelchair and onto a bed is another way I've done it. Once the person's on a bed, you can do most x-rays on a bed. Just about all of them. It is not a requirement for me that my patient is awake or helping me out. I have a way of doing an x-ray for basically every x-ray that does not require my patient to be conscious. Um, but there are some that are favorite stage in this game. Huh. I guess Gills because you don't really see it that often. I have no opinion on the table. I've always noticed the table and always been a little bit annoyed by it, but it wasn't until like people started really talking about it that I kind of noticed that it's kind of just a bad decision in general from like a game design standpoint. And it's not that bad, you know, you can still see what's going on. People overstate how much it affects the match. No. What I did does not require med school. It does have like a little bit of like prerequisite learning, but it's very basic. It's just anatomy and physiology and medical terminology and physics. Those are the four things you have to do before you become an X-ray tech, before you go into an X-ray tech program. Medical terminology is just so you can see something like you know, a nephogram and know what the fuck it is. Oh, Remy stage is quite good. Oh, I like Hugo stage with everything bouncing. I think that's my favorite. Um, and I mean physiology is just so you know, like, you know what the fuck you're looking at with the innards of a person or whatever. One of the things I had to do in physiology or anatomy was I had to. They had labs where they would just give you a bone and you had to identify what the bone was. And like, now that would be so easy for me. Now I know everything about every bone. You could hit me any bone. I'd be like, oh, this is C7. This isn't C3. Vampire Savior had the Onsen stage, I think. Oh, which Street Fighter 3? I don't know. I think New Generation and Second Impact had the same stages, but I could be completely wrong. My favorite VSAV stage is the one with the baby in the background. I also really like the desert stage. Fetus of God. That's the one. And then Red Thirst. Excellent stages. I love the stage. It's like the jungle with the weird lizard being eaten by the giant pitcher plant. It's a good one. Vampire Savior stage is pretty based. Yeah, Pocket Fighter has probably some of the best stages in all Capcom. The references are just through the roof. Oh, he went for double DP on Yang. Car required. Corner only. Didn't get it. Oh, that was a confirm. He missed it. Unfort. Ooh. Do we know that it wasn't 10-second impact? Green Scream. Green Scream sounds like one of the worlds in Cabal Online. Darkstalkers could come back at any moment that Capcom wanted to. The fact that Darkstalkers characters are still being discussed to this day is just shows the longevity of it. Unfortunately, like Darkstalkers never had general appeal in the same way that like something like Mortal Kombat did. But they could if they did it the right way. I would like a little new Darkstalkers game. I don't want it to be like some fucking AAA. They can't make that shit into. They can't do the same thing they did with Street Fighter 6 with Darkstalkers. It's just not gonna work. I want something with a smaller roster, lower production value. They can just kind of like play around with experimentally. Ugh. Nice. Sick. Oh, it was sick though. Yeah, that's really what I want. I think that's one of the problems I have with a lot of video games these days, which is why indie games are so good. I like smaller turnover kind of games that are more experimental. A lot of the AAA stuff is just trying to be like super safe, and then also like I don't know. Ooh, the low TC, a low TC. You don't see that one very often. The low light kick, stay medium kick, I think it is. The idea is that it's low parry only into high parry only. Well, I want more games that are like made by like yeah, a very small group of people and like as a passion project, which is what indie games basically all are. Indie games are keeping the spirit of video games alive, to my book. There's an indie game I was thinking about playing on stream, just to kind of show it off. It's one I really like. It's called Dragon Marked for Death. Anyone here but heard about it? It's basically Mega Man ZX, but multiplayer. Which is something I didn't know I needed until I played it. You got 6 different playable characters, I think. You start with 4 and then you get some more. I really like the mage. They all feel pretty different to play. They all have some degree of team support. I like how basically every indie game can be like, oh, this is this. They're all ripoffs. It makes me feel better about my indie game that's a ripoff. We're getting lots and lots of sprites. There's degrees of free roaming in ZX. It's non-linear, yeah. It was very notorious for being a 2D free roaming game, so it was very hard to figure out where the fuck you were going. The map screen could have done a little bit more work, put it like that. The gameplay was really good though, actually. Nice. Oh, BM! Ban this guy. I do that too, actually. Or I can get, like, he has a couple frames he can act when he back throws. Nice double DP. I haven't played Dragon Mark through Death in a minute. Dragon Mark for Death has like instances. You do little quests and each one has like, it like caps it 4 players. And you can play with friends online, or you can do them solo. And the maps will have different routes you can go through them depending on who's on your party. Like there's only one job with a wall jump, so you can like go up a certain path if you jump off walls. Or like there's big things that you can push if you got the big guy. The witch can make little platforms. Ooh. There's a character who can swing from things. One of my friends has been playing a lot of Lim. You guys know about that one? It's like the spiritual successor to Dragon Warrior Monsters series, Dragon Quest Monsters. Dragon Quest Monsters was one of the most unique games when it came out. They had a new one actually on Switch. I should go and play that. I they like changed the formula quite a lot when they made Joker. Oh, super confirm he didn't. Super confirm. No one's on Game Boy Color, yeah. Super good games. Very unique. Dude, what is going on with Dragon Quest 3 2.5? I want to play that. And they keep on not making it. They've been not making it for years now. That seems like the kind of game that they could just like make in like a year. Ugh. Uh, it's like 3 by itself and then 2 and 1 together, right? Or are they doing it not like that? I remember seeing people say it was a really weird decision to release 3 first, then 1 and 2 next, and I was like, oh, is it that weird? I guess I know something they don't. Nice. Dragon Quest 3, I think, is one of the best RPGs ever made. Every time I ever get reset, I high parry. So every time Dudley ever does an air reset into low roundhouse, I eat it. Low roundhouse is actually reactable, and he can't mix up anything that happens. Like he can't like super cancel if you parry, and if you parry it, you've got quite a long window to punish it. Did that combo? Should be 4 hits. If he did, I didn't look like, or 5 hits. He got it. EXDP is 4 hits. I forgot. Ken doesn't do EXDP that much. Nice. Good close fierce. Interesting. The formula of Dragon Quest 3 is so simple, but so great. With the way you build your team. Adds so much fucking replay value. The thing is, it's like FF5, where you've got kind of like jobs. But unlike FF5, you've got to commit. It's not as simple as like, oh, I'm going to have a black mage and a white mage this run or something. But then you can just change them into other stuff. It's like, oh, you know, actually I want my white mage to be a geomancer. Dragon Quest games are good as fuck. You should play them. It's probably one of the most consistently good franchises of all time when it comes to the main line. They invented a genre and perfected it like instantly. This should be a punish. When you decide, I'm gonna have a jester on my team, that's commitment. That jester is gonna be a jester for a long fucking time. You gotta learn to deal with it. Alright, this looks kind of quiet, doesn't it? Is that better? November 14th? Shit, I'm gonna be waiting my whole life for that. One to convince you which Dragon Quest it is. The 2 black girls. They seem to be a metaphor for Indian. 4 is fine. 4 is a good game. You could really play any of them since they're like all standalone. If I was gonna recommend one, it would probably honestly be 1. But I don't think many people would agree with me on that. Maybe people would say something like 8 or 11. I think most people would say one of those two. 1 is so clean. 1 stands alone very well. It's like a puzzle game, honestly. I find it very charming. That being said, playing one these days is like, how do you even do it? The best version is actually the fucking mobile version. But telling someone to play the game by playing the mobile version is just kind of a strange thing to say. Oh yeah, you should play Dragon Quest 1. It's on fucking iOS. I can't think of a better way to play it. You can always play it on fucking Game Boy Color. Or the, translated Super Famicom version. The worst Ultra in SF4, the ones that are immediately coming to mind are the parry Ultras of Fei Long and Cammy. They saw use in very specific matchups. Two-frame command Ultras are bad, but at least give you kind of cool punishes. And you can use them after focus attack. You can't even say that for the parries, so I think the parries are like a new level of bad. I think it was like 7-frame startup, but that was actually a good Ultra, so it's funny that you picked that example. It had a good amount of invincibility, and then you could cancel it from all your attacks, so it was pretty easy to catch people who were trying to punish stuff. Vegas... People basically never used Vegas Ultra 1 after they added Ultra 2, but that's not true. They're like... 2 isn't way better than 1. 2 is just generally a little bit better. Definitely not a good example for the worst Ultra. They definitely get a lot worse than that. Yeah, Ryu's Ultra 2 is probably the most outclassed Ultra in the game. They just really truly didn't try to make it as good as his Ultra 1. But it's not horrible, it's just outclassed. I'm sure there's a character that would like Ryu's Ultra 2. But yeah, I'm gonna say Cammy Ultra 2. Pretty cool animation. Terrible. Wow. Hibiki player pops in to say that Vega Ultra 1 is unblockable versus Hibiki. Is it actually truly unblockable? Probably is, right? Is it like a point blank cross up, or is it actually... Oh, it's probably like if she holds left it hits on the right, if she holds right it hits on the left, one of those kinds of scenarios. Meaty Ultra. There's a few of those. There are actually a bunch of setups like that in like AE 2012, and they removed most of them in Ultra, where something would hit on the right or left depending on which direction the person held. Very goofy. That was something that people might forget these days, is AE 2012. People are like, they really need to remove the unblockables. That was one of the main concerns from going from AE 2012 to Ultra, was like, get rid of these unblockables. Vanilla also had a bunch of unblockables that weren't discovered until right at the end, and they were all removed for Super. Damn. I once lost to Jaren in a tournament because he did DiCapri Ultra 2 point blank against me, and I was playing Vega. And if you crouch block as Vega, it's on the other side. If I blocked it, I won, but I didn't know. I could have stand blocked and it hits on the front. I didn't know. Okay. Can Dudley not whiff punish these? Probably not. Oh, it worked. Out of thrown. Out on delayed meaty throw. Yang has to walk in kind of far to throw the opponent. His poor throw range is actually really annoying. He has a Sakura, I think, on stand light kick, and it makes his range like still worse than other characters, but almost the same. It's not a huge Kara. Sweet of launchers. Misei! He was so good, I loved his Makoto. Remember Pepidai? The El Forte? A lot of the online warriors I've never seen since. I remember I watched a lot of Guy, and there was a Guy player named Kiryu Tsukimiya, something like that. He was a very good Guy player. There weren't that many like really good players who ever tried to play Guy in the lifespan of SF4. Daigo, I think, did play Guilty Gear at some point. Daigo got his start in like Night Warriors, which is really funny to think about now. I think Fuda might have started on like Virtua Fighter. It's funny to think about stuff like that these days. What's even funnier about Daigo playing Night Warriors is who he played, because I think he played Bishamon. Yeah. I love Yang Super. Cat. I think it was Fuda, I don't remember. Might have been Mago or someone, I don't know. Goichi, I don't know. Ooh. Etha's on. I don't know how grapplers work in Virtua Fighter. I know it has what appear to be grapplers. I look at Blaze and I'm like, this guy's probably a grappler, I don't know. I like never fucking watched Virtua Fighter. Is Blaze a fucking grappler? The parry was cool. I don't know what he could have done. Maybe jump heavy punch. Maybe nothing. If you want an interesting mechanic of Street Fighter 3, when you get an air parry, you're considered to not be in a neutral jump anymore. You're considered to be in like a forward jump. So I can't do an air parry and get Oro's neutral jump roundhouse. I have to get Oro's... Ooh. Ugh. Okay, whatever, it worked. You get 4 jump roundhouse instead. Yeah, actually in SF5 that was just a mechanic. Everyone in SF5 was like that. If you did a jump back air normal, and the air normal hit, and it was a cancelable air normal, you could do you could do cancels into moves that couldn't be done on back jump. Maybe it wasn't universal, but it was definitely more than him. I remember scenarios like that. That was a great cross under. In SF6, it's not like that. I remember having that. I was like, oh, let's see if we can do like jump back button into this. And then it didn't work and I was sad. Akuma doesn't get jump back air to air strong into air fireball. Cat.
Are you ready? Go.
I think Sakura had air to air strong into Tatsu on back jump. I think I did that. Been a while, I haven't thought about it. SF5 Sakura was really fun to play. I was like really enjoying SF5 once I kind of got good with her. The parry into roll. Do you want walk in the medium kick? Roll was kind of awkward there, but not horrible. Okay.
Final round. Engage.
In terms of lore, people quite liked seeing Sakura aged up. That went over really well, actually. In terms of gameplay, Sakura was pretty popular, yeah. She didn't see a ton of players, but she saw a pretty good number. And most people thought she was not especially strong, but like workably strong. And pretty fun to play. People like good old stand light kick. She had the fattest light normal. Oh, originally, yeah, hell yeah. Sakura is one of the most popular characters in the franchise, dude. Are you kidding me? Okay, so as a formula, if someone's a cute girl, they're popular in Street Fighter, okay? And maybe just in general. And then if someone's like a Shoto with relatively simple gameplay, they're popular. And I'm going to tell you something. Sakura is a Shoto with relatively simple gameplay, and also she's a cute girl. Sakura is like a candidate for like top 5 most popular characters in the franchise. I would say probably Chun-Li and Juri are the 2 most popular. After that, it gets a little hazy. Sakura is probably there. I don't know about Makoto. Kami's up there, yeah, Kami's for sure up there. Akuma's like one of the most popular for gameplay, but he's not one of the most popular for design. Basically all the most popular characters for design are girls. No, it's just girls are more popular. You disagree on Juri? Juri's insanely popular, my guy. Juri's popular even among people who don't play Street Fighter. And she certainly sees a lot of fucking play. Especially at the lower levels. Okay. See, Viper would have been a lot more popular with different gameplay style. But it's a huge nail in the coffin for a character to be difficult to play. That really, really, really hurts a character's popularity if they're hard. I worked against Juri for a long time because she was a pretty difficult character for a good minute. She's finally not too hard in SF6 for the first time ever. She would have been even more popular if she was easier. Nice. Very safe, and then he still didn't get anything. Ken just waited, trying to bait an EXTP or who knows what.
Now.
I think she was hard and awkward. People didn't like holding fireballs, and her optimal combos were very strange and not what you would expect. SF6 jury is like actually fundamental. Five hits, 5 hits.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Wow. Must be nice. As an aura player, my invincible reversal super is fucking EXSA1, which I'm never gonna pick. Yeah, Manat is a super hard character to, everything works well with everything else in 5. But if you add anything, it's gonna change everything else. I think if they bring her back, they could just put Soul Spiral on her. I'm okay with that. I would like Manat to have Soul Spiral. But I can't imagine Manat without like the Orb Mine and then the Orb Explosion or whatever. And there's so much design philosophy that's kind of taken up by that. Manat should be a very popular design. People like the way she looks, but she was not. She saw almost no play, and it's just because she's difficult. I think she was the 3rd to least played character in SF5, which is not too surprising. She's actually not too difficult if you pick VT2, but of course people do not like picking an Anonymous Ultra. I mean, Trigger. Yes, people don't like playing Sims. But if you're just doing like pressing hard punch and like low medium punch and stuff, she's not too hard to play. Orb toss into Orb Recall. I much prefer the Necro Sim to the Sim Sim or the Manat Sim. And I much prefer Hugo to the G4 T-Hawk or them. These versions of these characters are really good. A female character people don't like in Street Fighter? That's probably a really obvious example, but I can't think of it. Every female character I immediately think of is quite popular. Characters like Poison or, I don't know. Falk. I guess, yeah, that's a pretty good answer. Colleen's popular, but not, like, crazy popular. Most people don't really have a strong opinion on Colleen. But the opinions that exist are generally positive, I think. Lucia. Yeah, Lucia is a good example. Lucia had a really cool gameplay design. She'd be fine to return. I like the Kira a lot, actually. We never really got enough exposure to her, I think. We had like 2 years of USF4 where we got so much footage. There was so much fucking USF4 played in the last little stretch of its life. I feel like, I don't know if SF5 was the same way. There's like a lot of the final characters of SF5, there's just not that much fucking footage of them. Cool little juggle. I would never spend that meter. Dude's insane for that.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Yeah, part of it was that Luke was so dominant. That we saw a lot of him just because there were a lot of Luke players. Like, Kira could do a lot of neat stuff. And we never really saw a lot of it in, like, top level play. No, I'm not going to Evo. I hate, traveling. I think his design was fine in 5, but that's my opinion. Dan in 5 was perfect. They could not have done him better. Ooh, that got the first hit only of the uppercut. They got everything right with SF5 Dan. The gameplay design was funny. It was interesting. The visual design was funny, and the visual design was interesting. Yeah, the combos into taunts was funny and interesting. The taunts building V-meter for you and your opponent was funny and interesting. Single bar V-gauge was so funny and interesting. There were others. There was just so much shit going on. The infinite was funny and interesting. The RNG on your fireballs was funny and interesting. The taunt cancels were very funny and very interesting. I think I ran into Justin Wong playing Dan on the day he dropped, and I got absolutely smushed by taunt cancel everything. I lost like the fastest 4 rounds I've ever lost. That could be SF6. Dan is one of those characters where people rarely play him when he's in the game, but people want him anyway. Just because they have a lot of humor with him. And he's very interesting. I would say Dan is one of the top all-time low-tier hero kind of characters. You want to see the Dan pull out some crazy shit. Yeah. I love that meme. Earthbound fan excited to play it for the first time. I actually played Earthbound, like, more than the first little stretch pretty recently. It's a great game. It's, like, way better than I thought. I played up to, like, when Buzz Buzz dies. Spoiler. Which is pretty early in the game as a kid. And then kind of stopped there and never bothered to play deeper. And then only recently tried to, like, play, like, super deep. And it's really fucking good. Super Nintendo was blessed for JRPGs. Nice. I saw a really fucking funny meme recently, where it was a text conversation between Ness and Lucas, like text message, and Ness says, "What's your favorite? What's your coolest thing?" And Lucas says, "Love," and Ness says, "Oh, I was gonna say rockin', but no, I feel stupid." It was like something like that. It was such a good little gag. Jump, light punch. I've never played Mother 3, I've heard it's better than 2. Considered, I think in Japan it's considered to be like one of the best all-time GBA games. Most Americans haven't played it. Ooh, rare footage of Ground EX Tatsu.
You win. Now. Prepare to strike. Now.
Ugh. Getting towards the roundhouse is pretty funny. Ah, who confirms? Look, I know he's almost dead, Ken, but nice.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
You know what's crazy about Earthbound? I only knew Ness from fucking Smash Bros. Forever. And then I'm playing Earthbound, waiting for Ness to learn fucking PK Fire and PK Thunder and shit. Psy Fire and Psy Thunder. And he doesn't even learn them. PK Flash is like the first time he got a move he actually knew.
Final round. Engage.
This is, I think, Roku. And yeah, he's super fucking good. Yeah, Starstorm. It wasn't that nice. Okay. Do something cool. Oh, that's not cool. I've done close medium kick into walk-in jab.
Are you ready? Go.
I remember seeing a post on like Reddit or somewhere, I don't remember. Somewhere on the internet, some forum. There was like, it's weird that Lucas is like a fast character in Smash because he's like the slowest character in Mother 3. Or something like that. Oh. Damn.
You win. Now. Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Ah. Necro players pros at dropping that combo. It's easier on some characters than others, depends on how wide they are when they're falling. That's a huge thing in this game. Certain characters are a lot wider than others when falling. Q being notably the widest. Yes, Effie. She would be good. They do need to make her playable. Ugh. I forget in the lore whether she knows how to fight or not. Why are there two perfects on the screen? Very deadly scenario right here. Oh. Okay. Super confirm will probably almost kill Dudley. Oh, I would have gotten through in there. That was tricky because Necro probably was coming down with a parry. Dudley easily could have reset into a super. But you can parry, you could attempt the parry and still take the throw. I find this Urian color to be pretty ugly, but I like it. What do you call this color? Is that what aquamarine looks like? I think aquamarine's lighter than this. Is this turquoise? Is he a turquoise? Alright. Headbutt into, rather tackle into headbutt. Just one. Seaweed. Sure. Oh, neutral throw was like the only throw that wouldn't have killed. Yep. One day I will learn every color name. The mirror. Hell yeah. Bronze on colored. It is. This is bronze on colored Urian. I spent my entire first playthrough of Gen 4 trying to figure out what type Bronzor was. I figured out steal something. I never caught one, so I never knew. It is Steel Psychic, but it's not even just Steel Psychic. It's Steel Psychic with a random... It either has Levitate or Heat Proof, so it'll either not be weak to fire or not be weak to ground. So Steel Psychic already only has like 2 weaknesses. And one of them won't be a weakness because of its abilities. Bronzong was made back when they understood that Pokemon couldn't be good at everything. The thing about Bronzong's type and that its stats are so good that they could make its move pool really shrug and it would still be a used Mon. Not anymore. That thing is trash. Oh yeah, I guess you're just talking about visual design. It is a good design. Nowadays, a Mon needs healing to do what Bronzong does. Cool anti-air. Pretty dire situation, but not over. Ooh, that tackle. He should have just canceled the super. Fuck it, why not? Was that a cancel? Did he just cancel stand jab into command grab? Oh, close fierce. My bad. Dude, he canceled close fierce into command grab to catch someone going for parry. That's hysterical, because anyone's going to parry twice there. If that was just blocked, it was horrible. But you can... The parry window, the cancel window moves on parry versus block, so you can just buffer the cancel late. And it'll come out on parry, but not on block. That's a really funny scenario, though. There aren't that many command grabs that they'd strike. So you don't often see that kind of thing where you cancel into command grab to catch someone parrying. Mirror was in the wrong spot. I wish creatures would make a fucking Pokemon fighting game. Pokken is like a 2 arena-y. I want 2D. But I do like Pokken. Oh, 4. 4 is still a lot. Okay. Oh, tricky, tricky, tricky. If you get hit at all there, you get put into this horrible little situation. Yeah. Digimon fighting game could also be really good. The dichotomy of like people who vaguely know what Digimon is and Digimon fans is so fucking crazy. Digimon is such a different game than what people think it is. Well, it doesn't help that every Digimon game is basically completely different. Ah. That was nice. This is one of the best matchups in the game, by the way. Just in terms of like interesting and fun. Necro versus Urian. That one, the Urian really killed it.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
The Digimon anime was actually quite great. No red parry. Urian needs the red parry there to get a good punish. Nice. Delayed low.
Prepare to strike. Now.
I watched a playthrough of Cyber Sleuth. Didn't play it myself. It looked really good at the start, and then looked like it got kind of samey. But, again, I didn't play it. Well, I did play it, but not very much. Most of my experience with it was watching it. Digimon World 1 I actually have played a decent amount. It is not a game I would ever consider good. But it is a game I would consider interesting. I think Digimon World 1 is a very strong candidate for the game with the most play relative to its quality. You know what I mean? Like, usually when games are bad, they don't really see that many people playing them. But Digimon World 1 is a game that, like, almost everyone of the era played that was very, very bad. And it's kind of interesting in that regard. It's bad in general, but it's also really bad at explaining its own rules to you. You don't realize what you're doing wrong. There are a lot of games where, like, the game itself is okay, but you don't realize, you don't understand what's happening. Cool cross up to get into the corner. That was really neat. This is the safest way Urian can get the mirror up, and then once the mirror's up, you know, the party starts. That was a cross up unblockable. Probably another one in 1 second. Yep. You can just block that, but it's tricky. Gotta switch blocking directions. But it's not like, it's easier to do that, switch blocking directions, than it is with Aura's unblockables. Because Urian only has the one cross-up hit with the knee, and then he immediately goes back to the other side. Basically, everyone has the same experience with Digimon World 1 as well. They don't get super far. They get a Numemon because fucking they don't understand how to not get a Numemon. They get stuck on very early game bosses. They get frustrated with pooping mechanics. This was before internet guides, so we couldn't really figure out what the hell like you were supposed to do. So you either had to do a lot of fucking digging on your own. Oh, he meant to go over. No, he meant to hit Dudley and then go over him. Ugh. Most hated mechanic in a game. I don't love breakable weapons. There are a lot of games that I probably would have liked if not for the breakable inventories. I like Fire Emblem and that has breakable weapons, but it's implemented in a way I don't hate it in that game. But like a lot of roguelikes have breakable weapons, and I find it frustrating. That's one of the immediate ones I would think of. Breakable weapons is like an okay mechanic on paper, but it's just so often done horribly. Breakable pickaxe is an old Monster Hunter. I read the first 4 words of that and I was like, oh god, it's Final Fantasy Adventure. Fuck the Matic in that game. Swamps, slow down movement. How about ice physics? Is there someone out there on Earth who likes ice physics? It's like, oh boy, an ice world and a platformer. Hell yes. Oh, look at me slide. EX Mirror is the safest one to go for there, and also, you know, he didn't need the damage. Oh yeah, sliding all around. Hell yeah, I just slid off the edge before I could jump. What a great game. I'm confident I played a game with ice physics where I didn't hate it. I was like, wow, this is cool. But all the ones I can think of, I'm like, wow, I hated that. New Super Mario Bros. And shit. Bosses that heal. That's funny that you say that because I was thinking about playing Final Fantasy Tactics 1.3 content in this stream. I decided I want to do a stream playthrough of that game. And the biggest difference between that and base FFT is that every fucking enemy you ever fight in that game brings healing and revival. What a great escape! I've never beaten 1.3 content and I've always wanted to stream it. It's got a really, really hard start to the game, but then becomes pretty good. So there's an absolutely hysterical thing in Final Fantasy XII when you're fighting Yasmat, where he can cast Reflect on your party. And this is the boss with 50 million health, right? There's a spell called Renew that heals someone to full health. And if you have the Gambit for Renew, and he casts Reflect on you, your own Renew can bounce back to him and fully heal him. It is such a fucking troll. I had a really hard time with him in International Zodiac. He was a really tough boss. I ended up cheesing him. No, I've never played Lionmore. Yes, the dragon in the arena. I never used the breaker skills. And on my most recent playthrough I used the breaker skills, and man, they make them a lot easier. Yeah, you're supposed to save and return. You're not supposed to just beat him all in one go. But he's basically the ultimate culmination of what the game is all about. The thing that FF12 continually tests you on is are you able to create a Gambit system that handles every scenario? So Yasmat you're not supposed to be there when you're fighting him. You're supposed to just leave the controller on, like leave the fucking console on. And if your Gambit setup is good enough, you know, you'll just kill him passively over time. Anyway, the breaker skills are basically essential to making him an easy fight. Turns out Breaker's actually the best class in the game, but the problem is you only get the skills like right the last like 5% of the game. And they're all super annoying to get. I love FF12. Nice parry. Nice wait and then parry again. Super smart. These players play at such a high level. .3 content adds a lot of PSP features to PS1 version. Like they have the Onion Knight and the Dark Knight, but it's not a class anyone can be. It's just like a unique NPC with that job. Fran from FF12. Fran is almost not even in FF12. She's in every scene, but just has like almost no lines. Her arc is also not terribly interesting. I think you could remove Fran from the game and the least would change. Of the 6 characters in FF12. I enjoy the ensemble cast. One thing I also appreciate a lot about FF12 is that you've got ensemble villains too. Nice. Like, who the hell is the main villain of FF12. You could say Vayne. That's not a horrible answer. No, I like Vaughn. Vaughn is actually one of my favorite characters. Vaughn is characterized super well, and I think people really underrate him. I've talked about him a lot in my streams. His purpose is just to have the same character arc that Ash has, but first. I don't think he's so similar to Tidus. He has the same motivations as Ash, but he like came to terms with it in the first like 20% of the story. And he's just sitting there as a good example for what she should be doing, but she's not because she can't fucking can't release her trauma.
You win. Now. Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
I would say Vayne probably starts most of the events of FF12, the bad events. Banat obviously is another example. Banat is technically behind everything, but it's kind of weird to call Banat a villain. Gabranth is a very serious candidate for the main villain, since basically everyone has a stake against him. Like, most of the characters don't even know Vayne. Like, Ash has an abstract stake against him, and that's it. Most people never met him, and including Ash, actually. But Gabranth, like 3/4 of the party, has a specific grudge against Gabranth. And hell, he's on the cover. Gabranth has a hard as fuck design, and so do all the other judges. I like that all the judges feel super distinct. Even Zargaboth. They only have like 2 scenes of development each, but you get so much development of each one in those scenes. Oh my god. Getting these cool parries, but then what? Oh, parry at the block. Okay, it's a start. Oh, he threw again. I would have thrown again too. No super confirm! That would have been a nice super. But he didn't confirm it. This Necro's had a lot of chances with his supers. I think FF11 and 14 both have gameplay that's not too dissimilar from 12. You won't have gambits. Oh. He was like a frame too slow. Is he? Yup. He can kill meterless pretty easily here. Single player. FF14 is fundamentally single player if you're not playing with other people. There is a good single player campaign in FF14. It sounds ridiculous, but I'm being serious. You can treat 14 like a single player game. The difference is they made a different universe for 11 and 14. How much footage left of this? Oh, it's almost over. I was about to get up and take a leak. But I don't want to do it if there's only 4 minutes left. Yeah. I was talking about that with someone recently. Almost every MMO2 has failed.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Like Ragnarok 2. Like MapleStory 2. Like Cabal 2. And the original FF14 was kind of like an FF11 too. It's a miracle they managed to make anything out of it, but it's basically a different game than what it was at launch. I was looking at the classes of FF14. I don't know who the fuck I would play. I did play that game very briefly, and I played a Lancer. And then my friends all started playing it, and they all also played Lancers, and I got kind of like self-conscious about it. I don't remember how far I got. I don't think I hit level 30, but I got pretty close to it. Later. Guild Wars 2, okay, that one did it. So I was playing solo, so I don't want to play a healer or a tank class if I'm playing solo. I want to play like DPS or something. I would have liked to play one of the wizards. But the DPS wizards are like Black Mage and I think Red Mage, which are kind of cool. But I wanted something like, I don't know, different, unique. I saw Seer, or not, Sage, and Astrologician or whatever. And I was like, oh, that sounds fun, but I think they're both healers. Is Sage a healer? Is Sage DPS? What's going on with Sage? Oh yeah, Pictomancer. I would play Pictomancer. I had a funny moment with Pictomancer. One of my friends showed me the picture of the girl with the fucking palette. And I was like, hey, that's Kryl's unique, that's Kryl's unique white mage outfit. And my friend was like, whoa, that's Kryl. And I was like, whoa. Caught me off guard. A lot of characters have like an FF14 equivalent. Alright, this can't kill. It's gonna be close though. Oh, it dizzied, okay. It can't kill. That like dizzied by a pixel. I made a Femro just because I wanted to, and then literally everyone looked at my character and was like, holy shit, is that a Femro? And it turns out literally no one makes Femros. As in female Roganin or whatever it's called. I made like the rarest combination of gender and species. Okay. This could still turn around very easily. It turned around! It didn't turn around. This is an early morning stream for me. I already slept and woke up. Oh yeah, there's like Ninja and Samurai as DPS, right? I should have looked into both of them because they're probably cool. Can you use any Naga? Can you throw coins? Oh, first hit whiffed. It's pretty slow super if the first hit whiffs. It's weird that that fell out. It looked like Necro got hit out of a backdash, maybe? Ooh. A lot of Necro players backdash on Wake Up. Necro has a good backdash. It's a real thing, even though it's not invincible. Wow, it ended.
Find a new rival. Welcome to the world of street fighting. Prepare this battle.
I woke up feeling really, not sick, but like, I don't know, not normal this morning. Like when you wake up with a weird taste in your mouth. And it's weird because I like brush my teeth and shit. Normally if I wake up with a weird taste in my mouth, it's because I ate before falling asleep and then I didn't brush my teeth. But I'm on a streak with brushing my teeth. And if I miss a day, I'm gonna die. So far I'm like, I don't know, I'm like, it's like several years at this point where I haven't missed a day.
Alright, that's cool. Prepare to strike. Now.
I would kind of do it or not. Growing up, I'd be like, okay, I'll brush my teeth. You know. Kind of gross thinking about that now. And then I became an adult and had to pay my own dentist fees. And I had like a cavity that cost like hundreds of dollars to fix, to get a filling. And I was like, hey, you know, I think I'll never get a cavity again. And then I started doing it super, super religiously. And I flossed too. That was an air throw she did right there. Dudley wasn't in range. Air throws are kind of shrug in this game. The damage is quite good. And the mix-up is good. There's a... People can actually... That's not going to chip out. Ugh. She missed it. I high parry just because the hits are closer together. It's easier. Anyway, what was I going to say? I don't know, something about flossing. I floss now. I got a little scared. They were like, oh yeah, gum disease can like kill you. It's like, oh, I don't want that to happen to me. I had one of those dreams. You guys have probably all had that dream too. I bet everyone here has had this dream. You dream that all your teeth are loose. You have like a nightmare where your teeth are like, you know, super loose and they could all fall out. Very common nightmare. And that shit shook me. I was like, I never want that to be me. That's a dream. I'm basically certain there's an evolutionary advantage to having that dream. The people who have that dream take better care of their teeth and then live longer and reproduce more often. Oh, good parry. Draw the punish. Nice. Home invasion nightmares. Maybe you're carrying some trauma. Was your home ever invaded? Maybe you blanked out the memory. Oh, she did it the wrong way. Home invasion's very scary. A machete? God damn. That'll do it. You're going a level beyond bat. I guess owning a baseball bat is probably not super popular if you're not American. That's pretty scary. Up. Yeah, I'd rather get shot than stabbed. And whatever a machete can do is going to be a lot worse than stabbing. I mean, you could stab with a machete. Depends on where I get shot, where I get stabbed. Stabbings are super likely to kill you. Especially if you're stabbed more than once. You can like go right to a hospital and they can't save you, depending on the kind of stabbing. Hibiki's throw range is so fucking bad. Is that in time? I guess it was. That frame didn't look like the frame. Hibiki's frame 1 airborne. Who just blocks the whole thing? What a bad punish! Tried to do jab strong fierce and missed it. That's actually weirdly hard to do, honestly. I understand why Hibiki's drop it. The timing on that is super whack for a TC. You can always just do light kick, medium kick, right or something like that if you want. It's easier. Your enders are different though. Not as good. I think the damage is a little bit lower. Your Hibiki's damage is not super high no matter what you do though. Ooh. Oh yeah, I've gone to school naked in my dreams. I had the nightmare that I missed my final exam, like recently, like within the last few months. It's like shit. I'm not even like, you know. It was like a high school dream. Thankfully I was in school until recently, but it wasn't really like final exam stuff anymore. Oh, that was a failed super. Weird motion to get that though. Why the fuck did he have a back? And his towards ran out sent a super link. hit the kunai. Damn. Did they let you retake it? Oh, the link into Super 1 from the fucking TC. Unusual Dudley combo. He could have super canceled that? Oh, he didn't have the bar. I don't even know if it would have been good. You can often, if you get like a high juggle into Super 1, it doesn't even have to be that high. The Super 1 will only get a partial connect. And it won't do very much damage, but you can juggle out of it into other things such as towards medium kick. Damn, you guys are having hella nightmares. That was a great ducking, but I think he tried to super cancel it and missed it. If he didn't cancel it at all, it would have been he would have been able to just punish. But he didn't probably react to the EX kunai. Got it in the end. I've had sleep paralysis, and I saw a shadowy figure. I've had that I think twice or thrice. It's quite terrifying. You're in a mental state where it's easy to be terrified when it happens. You're not like in your right mind when you're having sleep paralysis. You're not like your normal self. You're like a fucking paranoid version of yourself. Okay. Both times I had sleep paralysis, I could open my eyes, I could look around the room. I couldn't say anything. I couldn't. I don't remember if I could control my breathing or not. I couldn't move my arms or legs. I don't think I had any pressure on my chest. A lot of people describe it as like the demon is sitting on them, or like, you know, they like can't fully inhale or anything like that. It feels very terrifying when it's happening to you, but actually the very simple solution of just closing your eyes and trying to go back to sleep often works. But you don't feel like you're in a state where you can do that. You're like scared. There's some way to will yourself awake, but I forget what the trick is. But I'd rather will myself back to sleep. If you know about sleep paralysis, it's a lot easier. The second time I had it, I knew about it. So I could see this fucking shadowy figure half covered by my fucking closet door, just staring at me. And in my heart of hearts, I just really strongly believed it was like a fucking person that was there to attack me. But I was like, I know I'm having sleep paralysis right now. I'm just gonna close my eyes and go back to sleep because I know he's not really there. And it was scary, but I did it.
Final round.
Oh.
Go.
That was... Oh, I thought that was nice, but I didn't even punish. That dizzy bar looking pretty high considering it's Hibiki. It's not that she can't dizzy people, but the attacks that she has... Hibiki. Oh shit, is she dead? Oh, what a fucking throw. What a throw, dude.
You win.
It was so easy to win that round.
Fighters ready. Engage.
I remember reading years ago that you could wake up for up to 3 minutes in the middle of the night and go back to sleep and then have no recollection of it when you woke up. And it got me kind of thinking, like, I wonder how often that happens to me.
Are you ready? Go.
I definitely have occasional, like, little memories of, like, waking up in the middle of the night, rolling over, and then going back to sleep. And I don't really think anything of it. But that could happen every night for all I know. Kind of an interesting thought. I used to be perpetually sleep deprived, and now I'm a lot better about it. Although I'm still not, my sleep habits are still not normal. Anyone who knows me probably knows that I am awake at extremely weird times. They both jumped. Very common to do a meaty jump versus Hibiki, and then do an air parry. It's because she can't do, her main, she's got really interesting wake-up options, and that kind of kills all of them. Hibiki can do wake up DP into super, and the wake up DP is frame 1 airborne, so even if you hit her out of it, she only gets hit by a single attack. And then the super is safe on block. But she can only do the cancel if she connects with something, so if you jump right before she wakes up, you can just air parry her super, air parry her DP, and she can't super cancel it. See, that was a wake up DP, I think. Nice. She got a reset. That could have been wake up taunt too, I guess. She's got several attacks. I think she has 3 different attacks that are all frame 1 airborne. Most characters don't even have 1. Aurora's got wake up stomp, which is not only frame 1 airborne, but also frame 1 low immune. There are other frame 1 airborne attacks they can still get by lows. I fell out. That's safe. You can't quick stand it. So it's not the end of the world if it falls out like that. EXDP you can only attack on the way down if it hits, by the way. You can super cancel it on block though. But again, you can only super cancel it if it connects. I've only told a few people this. My dad passed away years and years and years ago. 2012, I think. And I had a dream like less than a week after he passed away. where he like kind of visited me in my dreams because he wanted to see me again one more time, something like that. And I woke up like strongly believing that like there was a fucking heaven and that like that was an actual visit of some degree from my dad. Okay. And then I think the night after, or maybe the night after that, I had a dream that my dad was trying to kill me. And I was like, you know, maybe dreams are just dreams. It's a true story, by the way. Maybe dreams don't actually mean anything. Maybe they're just random bullshit. My dad wasn't like abusive or anything either. It was just a dream completely out of nowhere. He was like trying to choke me or something. It was weird though because like, you know, for like 1 or 2 days I had like a fucking deeply religious experience. And then it was just gone. Ugh. He yelled it. But it's Yang, so Yang couldn't even kill him. Even with like a super combo, I don't think he was dead. This should kill pretty easily. My dad was taken prematurely. It was his own fault. Not that I'm blaming him or anything. He had cancer, and he didn't get diagnosed for a really long time. They discovered it kind of late because he just didn't want to go to the doctor. It probably... Wow. Interesting. Probably would have been treatable if it was discovered sooner. Interesting connection on that Super 1. Yes, I got it, don't worry. He started having symptoms in like, I forget, July or something. And then didn't actually end up going to a doctor until like November. It might have been longer than that actually. He went for a double uppercut combo. Those are really picky if one of them is an EX. Even the EX ones are pretty picky. He went for red. That's a good red parry to go for, honestly. He wasn't going to die if it didn't work. And if it did work, he'd won. If only that Hibiki stopped that Dudley on the time where he literally had a kill combo. I'd love to see it. Ah, he committed right away. You should always wait a little bit, then commit. I thought Stereonomics would punch there. Didn't. It probably would have if he timed it better. First hit only. Super confirmed, but he barely didn't have the meter. Oh, he almost had it. I just sneezed. They were good ones. Interesting. I have no idea who this Dudley is. None of these players have names. He went for it again. Didn't get it. Double DP combos do an ass ton of dizzy. Speaking of an ass ton of dizzy. That back strong is so fucking dangerous right now. Back strong into super is gonna murder Dudley's dizzy bar. That too. Oh, that was like back jab. Rarely seen Necro normal. Alright, that super was actually bad, but he didn't have time to make that kind of call. He dizzied before the super, so he could have just killed without the super, but, you know, in the moment, you just do what you can to win. It wasn't super clear if the spinning hook was going to dizzy. Better to play it safe. It's not like Necro's meter is super precious. Meters are very short. Oh, he's dead. Alright, Necro built a super bar, and he spent one of Dudley's, so, you know, technically speaking, could have gone worse. What's that fighting game where you can hit different parts of your opponent's body to dizzy them? Is that Karnov? It is, right? Each character has like a part of their body that's vulnerable if it gets hit 3 times or something. I saw a video essay on that and I was like, holy shit, this is a genius mechanic. You guys probably know the exact one. Who doesn't parry that? That parry is free. Dudley can't do anything to stop you. Okay. Forgot that doesn't do the second hit on whiff. Oh, that was a good parry. It's a blue parry, actually. Pretty interesting. It probably was Theory Fighter, yeah. Alpha 2 is quite a cool game. They rip on it too much. It's because I like Alpha 3 a lot, and a lot of people kind of, I don't know. A lot of people just instinctively have to bash on Alpha 3 whenever they talk about Alpha 2. But they're both really interesting. Alpha 2 is cleaner. But Alpha 3 has kind of a higher ceiling. It's a more in-depth kind of game. But Alpha 2 is like, the simplicity is very nice. Alpha 3 is badly lacking in simplicity. It's convoluted as hell. No, it's over. Why does that do so fucking much damage? How much health did he have before he ate that low run house? Right there, says that much. About a third of his health. For free. I think Necro has the same health as Zoro, so that would do the same damage to me. I think they're both 1120. Yeah, there's a lot of characters in Alpha 3 who prefer other isms. For many characters, the ism differences are not super significant. Like, you see Sakura players with any of the 3 isms. Just, Sakura is kind of unique because her X ism is really good. Adon you see in all 3. If a character has good super confirms, they really like A. For example, the classic examples are Guy and Gen, who can confirm super very easily. And they have very good supers. Yeah, Sakura's damage and dizzy output are just insane with X. But A and V are not bad for her. There's like a lot of little considerations that would maybe have you pick other isms. For example, Dalsim is trying to kind of run away from the opponent, right? You know, he's trying to do his zoning thing with his air teleports and his fucking long normals and stuff. You don't want the opponent to get in on you and schmix you. So you want to maybe use an alpha counter when they get close and schmix you. And the thing about alpha counter is that it's actually cheaper in Aism than it is in Vism. In Vism it costs half your meter, and in Aism it only costs a third. Yeah, Rainbow Meek is considered bottom 1. Nowadays. It used to be Julie considered bottom 1, but now I think Meek is considered worse. I think this is Necro's worst matchup, by the way. Dan is not as bad as you would probably guess. He gets good abuse out of Vism. I think he's like bottom 3rd, but not like horrible. That was cool. The stay medium kick super jump cancel super was very nice, if you guys saw that. Oro has those two. Oro can actually just do his launcher into super. He has a regular cancel window as well. But the cancel window is significantly longer if you super jump it. That wind pose is rare. Timeout. What happened? Is it rare? I swear I've seen him do that a good amount. Oh, the backdash. I don't think jump cancel super is that hard. I use the quarter circle forward, up forward, quarter circle forward as my motion. So the first one's like a chicken wing, and then the second one's a regular quarter circle forward. You got quite a lot of pre-jump frames, so... Why the fuck does Hibiki have as many wind poses as she has, by the way? Scary? For the Necro, that is. He went straight for the command grab! Jesus. Super jump cancel supers are one of those things where the more you do them, they're like hard to do, I guess, but like once you understand how to do them, they can be pretty reliable. I don't know the name of that guy. See that post from Yun? This is Yun. You right, dude? That's a fun premise for a character. I don't know how much they actually still use it. The concept of the Hibiki is that she was railroaded into a life of ninjutsu, but she wants to be a normal teenage girl. It's like my life as a teenage robot. Remember that show? Remember XJ9? Oh, I would have done a cancel into it. Stand light kick dash punch maybe.
Are you ready? Go.
Oh, great super cancel. Super jump cancel super. That starter does more damage than any other Gene starter. Particularly if the opponent's cornered. Bros, I just realized that if we're gonna get a aged up Elena, it's very likely we're gonna get an aged up Makoto. If we ever get Makoto. Makoto's a year older than Elena. And I don't know, Elena kind of looked like a woman grown to me. It's hard to get a combo here. He got it. Activating off of low medium kick is pretty hard to pick up that link. The double back face, you can get a dash under after the second one. You use it to reposition. Ooh, trade combo. That's pretty cool. Yun's blessed. Or gets trade combos too. That was very tricky. Yun is grimy. This should kill pretty easily. Oh, he dropped the car dash punch. I thought he wouldn't even need it. So it's not, you know, that's not free. That's not super hard, but it's not free. I mean, Makoto is a tomboy, and it's fine if they characterize her that way. And this does describe a tomboy. But Makoto's characterization to me always read as, I don't know anything but the fist. I don't know how to be a girl or boy or anything. I just know how to punch. They absolutely should reveal all the characters now. Like, no question, 100%, because they're selling the fucking season pass. And I think it would be extremely scummy if they sold the season pass and didn't reveal who the characters are.
Battle. Fighters ready. Engage.
You can actually pretty easily react to shoulders and parry them, and they can be parried in either direction. I've been having more success in the on matchup after I kind of realized that. Especially good if it's a Yun doing dash shoulder into super. A lot of Yuns kind of don't treat that like it's as risky as it is. The jump strong to dizzy. Cool.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
They gave an interview recently where they kind of seem to imply nothing's going to change about the 4 characters per season thing, which I find frustrating because 1, I want a lot of new characters, 2, I want a lot of returning Third Strike characters, and 3, I want a lot of alpha characters. So, I kind of find it annoying that I want all these characters to be in the game and they're just doing 4 per year. Dude, I saw the character poll they put out recently, and holy shit, was Birdie low. Literally no one wants him back. There are a couple other characters that no one wanted back. I think Mika was very low. I don't remember where Kareen was. There were a lot of characters where I was like, if people knew what I knew about these characters, they wouldn't want them. Like, if you know literally nothing about Mika, I can understand why you might want her. But they gave us a pretty good Mika, and I think a lot of people didn't like it. Same with Brady. I do like Brady for what it's worth. Nice. I love Abigail.
You win. The battle. Prepare to strike. Now.
I want Q back. Q is a turtle on accident. I don't think they set out to make Q a turtle. Q just sucks ass. I think they wanted something like Balrog for Q. Which, like, I guess technically a turtle. But they just overestimated how much abuse you could get out of dash punch in neutral.
Prepare to strike. Now.
I missed this, but apparently G was picked as his name because there's kind of a pun with GQ sounding like what is it, GQ, which means like the earth or the world, something like that, which goes on with G's theme of like you know, president of the earth. It's supposed to be another little connection with G and Q. I hope we never get lore with that. I hope we get a little bit. He's supposed to sound insane. Hard to say. Q's lore, what little lore he has, seems to indicate there's either a bunch of them or he can teleport around. If there's a bunch of them, it would imply that G is not Q. I like the premise that something terrible happened to G that left him in that state. I don't know why I like it, but I like it. Love that combo. Gen supposedly had what seemed to be leukemia and was killed off in his own ending of Alpha 3. Ugh, he got far fierce. Probably trying to get back fierce.
Are you ready? Go.
But Street Fighter 4 brought him back and didn't seem to kill him off. So he could still be alive if you want. Again. Oh, there we go. That's the punish, huh? Crouch face into EX headbutt. He tried for that last time and didn't get it. His lore in Alpha is that he wanted Akuma to kill him. He wanted to be killed in combat. And not just die to, like, disease. But then he came back in 4. And the storyline in 4 implied that he never met with Akuma. The double low parry on drill. It's so cursed that you can even low parry that. It's better to low parry too. Crouch fierce, rare footage. Necro has whole normals you almost never see. Mob boss or gangster that's actually a weeb is one of my favorite tropes. Ugh. Oh, it hit the limb so it didn't knock down. Hilarious. Knee drop doesn't knock down if it hits limbs. Good parry. I used to never use Aura Sweep, but I've been using it a lot lately. And it's actually quite useful. There aren't that many normals I don't use with Aura. And I use pretty much all versions of all the specials. Literally everything has some purpose. I use every version of Stomp. I use every version of Uppercut. I use every version of Fireball. Hit grab, light and medium are very close to useless. You pretty much only use the heavy one. They all have the same combos, but heavy does the most damage. Light and medium are faster, but they're not fast enough that they work in new combos. Serious character that's actually a weeb is just a great trope in general. Like Law from One Piece. Like Edgeworth. Yeah, Chip. Covert weeb, really good trope. I like Chun-Li's little apprentice. Leaf On or whatever her name is. I like her a lot. They should make her playable. My body is actually genuinely ready for a Street Fighter title set 20 years in the future. They should do that with Street Fighter 7. Maybe not 20, maybe like 10. Maybe like 5. Yeah, I want it even more. Dude, Geese's 2 outfits are both perfect. The suit and then the bare chest and Hakama or whatever you call that thing, the fucking skirt. It's got a name, I think it's Hakama, but I don't remember. It's the thing he wears. Both of Geese's designs are absolutely perfect. Geese is like Steven Seagal if he was cool. Aw, no juggle. I should level on new characters of 14. I want Nelson back, dude. Bring me back Nelson. Nelson's design is really simple, but it's really cool. Same with Banderas, same team. I love Nelson's gameplay design though. He had that same shit going on that Angel has on Hell. Bring back Duck King. They should put Duck King in the new Gara. Fuck it, why not? It's a Fatal Fury game. I actually love the America Sports team. Whoa, that one was short.